All right, everyone, welcome back. BPL Season 3, Round of 16, Group B, Round 3. This is the last series of Group B. Someone is going to the Round of 8 and someone is going home. And our two contestants to see who's going where are going to be Contra versus Modulo, which I'm excited to see. I'm a huge Contra fan, fellow American. So, you know, what's not to like? And Modulo has surprised me a little bit. You know, I think a lot of us had him. I think all of us had him as like third or fourth, right, Sateo?
I don't remember, to be honest. I'd have to check.
I'm pretty sure all of us just absolutely disrespected him, and we were like, it's going to be Teddy or like we were like, it's like Teddy, Contra, or X Factor, and so we were like, yeah, he's not. And he has a chance to just look at all of us and just tell us, hey, we're wrong and we're bad. So yeah.
Well, he's a player that's certainly grown over. I mean, I get to watch him once in a while, and he definitely has been growing. But I also get to see Contra against Modulo quite often, and you know, there's some good games that come out of that.
That's exciting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I watch enough 1v1 games to really know those matchups super well. So in Group B, if you guys haven't watched any of the other games, X Factor went 0-2, so he is out. And if you look at the bottom down here, this is the elimination final. So both Contra and Modulo have gone 1-1 in the series that they've played, and Modulo went 2-3 overall, and Contra went 2-2. So yeah, I think it's really anyone's game, right? I mean, do you feel like there's a favorite here?
I mean, I think Contra's a little bit favored here, but it's kind of hard to say. I mean, I know Contra hasn't been playing as much for he hasn't been able to get on as much this week, so he might be a little bit rusted. Modulo, I'm pretty sure he's kept up with his usual regiments of games, so he should be in pretty good shape. So it's hard to say.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of these tournament games too. I think it's hard to know because when you watch them in pubs, a lot of times I think it'll play out a little bit differently, especially as the tournament gets into the higher tiers and things like, you know, exhaustion. I mean, just nerves, exhaustion, all of that, I think really starts to kind of, you know,
and you never know when a player is going to cook up something fancy just for the tournament either.
Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. You know, there's been some weird builds that come out of seemingly nowhere for a lot of these. And all right, really, Contra? Oh, I thought you were better than this. Zateo, why don't you tell your boy that he should just...
Contra just doesn't even like water, so shallow straits is a no-go, that's for sure. What? Maybe one day when boats are different than they are.
I mean, I don't know. I think like maybe he can branch out. Maybe he needs to start swimming. And we just need to see more games on it. It's such a good map. Yeah. Although it's funny because Contra bans the least played map and Modulo bans the most played maps.
Yeah.
we're gonna find some maps in between these two.
That's interesting.
Do you think he's just not comfortable on Canis, or do you think maybe
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, maybe he's trying to throw Contra for a loop. I mean, it's always possible too that they've just like been playing on that map, and maybe Modulo doesn't do as well against Contra on that map. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I could see that actually. That's some real specific breakdowns there. Interesting. Yeah. So first map is Feast of Hades, and we're waiting for the boys to load in and get ready. Talk to me about Feast of Hades. Why do you think Contra picked this, Zateo?
I mean, I don't know. When he does practice, he has been practicing on it a little bit more, so maybe he's a little bit more comfortable nowadays.
Yeah,
or maybe he knows that Modulo is not comfortable on it. You know, I don't remember these things, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And I hear players loading in, so hold on. Let's hop in and see what's going on. All right. We are this is 13 seconds in. Here we go. Modulo with the arm open in the bottom right, as blue. And Contra top left with his standard arm bots. Different. Wow. I feel like this is defensive versus offensive spawns, right? How do you feel about Contra spawn versus Modulo spawn?
Yeah, I mean, I know Contra basically always spawns in the same spot, and like he finds a spot on the map and just like goes there. So, maybe he needs to switch it up. But either way, he kind of has like a set build order on this map of like what he likes to do. So this is where he likes to spawn, and he plays a rather good defensive game on it from this spawn.
So Contra arm bots, modulo arm bots, except that Contra's lab is Contra's lab is slightly ahead. Modulo decided to drop preemptive energy, so he's a little bit ahead of Contra. Contra's going to go triple solar, interestingly enough. He's just completely saying no to wind, even though wind is max at 14.
Yeah, wind is quite nice right now. But I think it's just like future proofing in a way.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, both players kind of have things lined up. So Contra's going to do his standard 7 tick, 1 con, and then he's going to go into pawns after. And Modulo's going con, double tick, con, 5 tick, con, 15 pawns. Wow. Okay. I feel like that might change.
Maybe.
But
yeah.
we'll see. And
all right. First tick on tick action coming up.
Oh.
They both miss.
Yeah, the classic. But Contra's going to adjust 2 of his ticks to go counter this one, and then he's going to catch Modulo's other tick that was coming in. So, oh wait, actually he didn't quite shut down Modulo's 1 tick there. But Contra's...
Well, one of the interesting things about ticks is they take energy to shoot. And with Modulo's wind, he was actually a little bit low on energy for a moment, so that can play a factor into how those operate.
So Contra's got the standard multi-pronged scout approach, but Modulo has radar, so he saw this. Let's see what Contra can find. Oh, does this tick get the... Oh, that's huge, actually. That tick just sniped the radar, and the 3 ticks on the bottom.
Well, now no radar. It looks like the ticks on the bottom are going to clean up this constructor.
Wow, okay. Contra is coming in for blood. Good lord, that might be one of the most effective early raids I've seen in a while, where he snipes the radar, drops the vision, and then he's able to come in and just kill the expanding con. So Modulo needs to be a little bit concerned, right?
Yeah, he needs to. Well, he has a rebuilt radar already, so he should be okay against future stuff. But yeah, it definitely sucks to lose that con early on.
When do you think, because I feel like arm bot versus arm bot is a little bit more rare. How do you feel about your kind of like your pawn versus tick like mix up? Do you feel like you just immediately swap to pawns like Contra does, or do you think there's still value in having more ticks just for the speed and the harass, or what?
I mean, I think it's good to have both because, your pawns will shut down their ticks and, you can use them rather defensively and for bigger raids later on against towers, right? But it's very nice to have some ticks out for some scouting information. And, their sight is greater than the pawns, so you can actually just like see where the pawns are without them knowing that you know where they are.
Modulo with his ticks fights off all of Contra's raiding ticks over there. So Contra still wants to see if he can sneak in here on the right side and see exactly what he can get, but I think Modulo's just ready for him. He's just pushing him back.
Yeah.
Modulo did sneak these 2 ticks in.
Yeah, I was just gonna say those 2 ticks ran up the side. They avoided the base and they avoided the LLT over there.
Unfortunately, I think they're gonna get caught, right? Yeah, they're...
Yeah, I mean, they could have potentially, like, if he knew exactly where Contra puts his radar, they could have gone over there.
Contra APM stalled. That 1 tick survived.
Yeah, he's microing some stuff in Modulo's base. 5 ticks. Oh, he's gonna get... No, he's not gonna get this con again. That'd be crazy.
Oh, man, if he killed the con, that's...
yeah,
that
would be, like, game over right there. Like, 2 cons with just ticks. That's, yeah, pretty crazy. Like, Modulo letting that pawn through, which is kind of unfortunate.
So, yeah, there's no more play. Like, both players are just completely locked in their bases now. They have no other raiding units aside from that one that's running through. Like, it's time to macro.
Yep. It's a macro. But yeah, that 1 pawn potentially can get some information. or just like wait in the back for like stuff to go, to expand up that hill.
Yeah, that's true. And then it's what, 18, I think it's 18 seconds before he starts healing. So maybe he wants to back off, kind of heal up a little bit and then come in.
Yeah, totally. I think that would be the play.
And modulo with the calm still in base, and Contra has started walking his towards middle again. So he's queued up these mexes and he's going.
Yeah. I mean, Contra has definitely spent like a bunch of metal. He has a con turret. He was able to build a bunch of units, and so he doesn't really need his commander there anymore. Looking at modulo, he's kind of having energy problems. So he can't really spend his metal so efficiently, and he's trying to build that first con turret now. So quite a bit behind here, and that might have to do with the rating early on from Contra. But Contra's definitely in a dominating position to like just take a bunch of expansions here.
And Contra with his standard 1 nano that's kind of boosting the win and boosting the lab, alternating.
Yep. Yeah, actually has both those nanos able to do that.
Definitely can scale E a little bit harder. And Contra's going to come in and see maybe if he can raid with these 7 pawns. Oh no, are they going to find this? They might find this expanding con. It's completely naked.
The commander's there though to take a look or to stop it. They decided to go elsewhere. I don't know how Contra decided that. I mean, maybe he did see the comm. But yeah, gonna slow this expansion down on the right here.
Yep. Pushes him back. Doesn't get the con, but at least stops the mechs and the LLT from going up.
Yep.
And I mean, economically, this is a little scary, right? Contra's leading in everything except for army value, where they're tied. And
yeah, Contra at 71% extra metal per second. That's kind of scary. I mean, for anybody to go up against like over double.
Oh my god, this pawn just got into his base. Is it? Oh, 15
boy, that was so close.
That
would have been huge. A couple more pawns coming in here. Maybe they can get it, actually.
He gets it. Oh, no. Oh, does he get the other one, too, that was almost done?
Yikes. Okay, well, that's GG right there, I think. That's too much damage.
Might just be game. I think Contra might have just literally just run in with these pawns, and then this is just the coup de grace, right? I mean, he's killing all this energy, right? Modulo needs to somehow recover from this, but he's so far behind in everything now. I mean, they have equal numbers of units, but with that economic damage, Contra's just going to be able to outproduce him. And maybe he doesn't lose now, but I feel like it's going to be really hard for him to win in like a minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I see this quite often from Contras. He's able to raid like that, get a little bit of damage, maybe pick off a con, takes a little bit of a lead, comes in a little bit later, picks off something more substantial, and now you're just like in this really bad situation.
Contra with the metal storage because he couldn't handle his economy very well and was about to overflow. Interesting. Oh, yeah. What? All right, Majima.
Oh, GG. I guess that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, fair. I mean, Modulo knew that he was behind, right? I mean, there's very little. Contra, you
don't take that much damage without returning the favor and still think you're ahead. Even. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally a minute and a half in. Contra took the lead, and he never surrendered it, and it just slowly started to get bigger and bigger, and that just makes it essentially insurmountable for. Modulo, unfortunately. So, Contra
kind of a rough game for Modulo. We'll see if he can bounce back in the next one.
Yeah, we'll see where we go. So that is where we are about to head, and we will see you there momentarily. Don't go anywhere, team. Well, go somewhere, but then come back immediately after.
Yes.